Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Capital. And this was a Sunday evening, and off in the distance is a black hole or a white elephant, if you prefer. Village Plaza. It's been abandoned since the year 2018. What to do? Urban planning. We got to do something. Hong Kong restaurant. That was the idea that I was going to go for, but unfortunately, here on Memorial Day weekend, they took Saturday and Sunday off. So, but I did get my fill later on. They have great food there, and I get 2 or 3 meals out of the deal, so it's great. All right, the star marks the spot. That's where the motor capital of the world is. All right, we got our old school street lights and a little moon action going on here. But yeah, I'm just kind of scouting out the parade action because the parade route has changed. Apparently, like Dearborn's got the oldest Memorial Day parade in Michigan, or so I'm told. But this is where they're going to have the presentation after the parade is over. They have a military remembrance kind of tribute thing. CDTV is on hand. And in the city of Dearborn, they're going to promote the parade and do all that. But in Dearborn Heights, God, that's where I come in. Because Dearborn Heights doesn't get much of the Dearborn footage. This is the reviewing stand. In the area, the parade's going to head westbound, and when it hits Brady Street, it's going to head north. So this is kind of like the end of the parade. It runs from Nolan Street down to Brady Street. We got a cool-ass smokestack there, the steam powerhouse plant or whatever. Off yonder is the boardwalk. It says coming soon, but I don't know if that means like a year or two or what, but yeah, urban planning is like a Monopoly game, and you got all number of things, all different areas. Boardwalk would be the premium there, along with Park Place. They got some farm machinery and implements on display in the front yard. Then they have like a flagpole here honoring our military, all the different branches, and I think we might have to add one. SpaceX or something like that is a new branch of the military for our space exploration. I guess when we go to Mars, either we go to Mars or the robots, the AI generation goes to the Mars thing. So there we have it. And then out here in the front garden, you got a lions guarding bunch of lions guarding the park benches there. Then they have a big well here, 19 feet deep, and was built for the powder magazine of the Detroit Arsenal. So back when we had to protect ourselves from, I guess, the British. Who was the bad guy back then? Then they have an outhouse out back, I know, with that moon shape, but it was locked up. So in a pinch, if you needed to use it, it was not going to happen. And then Dearborn has these bright yellow trucks. It's easy to spot one of those coming along. And there's some nice flowers out here. So they have a garden, and they got herbs and all that number of things. They got some good gardeners taking care of the landscaping and all that. Flowers are great because the colors really pop, and I think they really look good in the camcorder. So I never miss a chance to show flowers. Here, Historic District, that will be next week's show. The Edison Street Sale. So, okay. So I did my preview there, and then this is actually Monday, Memorial Day. And right out here, there's going to be a peace park. Mayor Abdullah Hamoud said, hey, we're going to put one of 3 new parks, and one of them is going right there between the 2 parking decks. So a lot of people looking forward to that. I don't know what the time frame on that's going to be. This is a dog-friendly event. This big boy here wanted to mix it up a little bit with another doggy, but got to keep them under control. But the parade is starting, and a nice tribute here to fallen heroes in the past here. A horse-drawn carriage pulling a casket. Nice touch. Military Street, that's a great street name to have, the Memorial Day parade go by. This, I think, was the Mercury Hotel, whatever, and they tore that down, and I thought a drugstore was supposed to go up there, but it's a nice green space now. But urban planning, well, everybody should put their thinking caps on. I'm sure the Dearborn Chamber of Commerce maybe has some ideas or plans on that. Sacred Heart Church has been here for quite some time. You can see the crowd has gathered. The actual start of the parade, I think officially, is supposed to be at 10. And I thought that might have been a plane way off yonder because they have a military flyover, but I think that's just a drone doing its thing. Dearborn Music has their business and a colorful truck. This was a good area actually to view because you could park in the lot and then take your lawn chairs and whatnot and just sit right next to Michigan Avenue. I used advantage of the free parking deck, but that was a free parking lot right there, so that's cool. Oh yeah, fine man. All right, so here it is. Kind of like the official start for the main basis of the parade starts at 10. And there's the Grand Marshal of the parade. Here's her name. Oh, sorry, I don't have her name. There's the mayor and his wife, and I think it's a young daughter they have. But she's in the baby stroller, so. But the mayor's doing a good job. He's like 32 or 33, so he counts as a young whippersnapper. The Dearborn City Council. There they all are. So, yeah, the start of the parade, you'll get the politicians and the like. But I'm walking back westerly to the start of the parade where everybody's kind of queuing up. I'm getting the overview. They got all the bells and whistles. Is that a woodchuck? Must be the mascot. And GT350 before they became all electric. And then there's another mascot there, an old fire thing. And then, well, there's a pretty lady, and I think she's Miss Dearborn. Or, anyways, yeah, couldn't miss a photo op. So the old timers here wanted to get a picture there, and who can blame them? And then here's an old Torino. Oh, I know this guy. That's Ian's dad. And they actually admit that they watch Motor Capital. Go figure. But he likes the Friday night football show that I have in the fall when the high schoolers are playing. Hey, there's that white elephant again. Yeah, he's a Dearborn fan and roots for Fordson also. I would root for Etzel Ford, but they haven't had a winning football team in eons. But, oh well. All right, here's a flower truck, and they're part of the parade. And they have a couple German shepherds guarding the flowers out back, so don't even try to take a flower off that truck. All right, well, Kroger, these were the prices. Gas prices went up, and then they kind of fell a little. There's that drone action. I need to get me one of those things, right? I could get the nice aerial shot. And you can get here by bus if you want to, except not on parade day because they close Michigan Avenue off for a few hours. But they have a bus shelter there so you can stay away from the elements. All right, this is Group 3. They're staging here. The Garrison Place Shopping Center, if you can kind of read the ghost thing, and that was a Kroger. There was a Kroger store here, which is kind of weird. There's a Kroger store just across the way. They were like the two closest Kroger stores ever in history. All right, some plane action here. I'm glad I caught the plane. That's not a drone up there, but yeah, this was going to be an Amazon Fresh, and I guess that fell through. Amazon Fresh said, nope, it's not a good fit for them or whatever, and that's a no-go. So urban planning, people got to figure out what's next. Check out this plane. Those flyovers rock. Really like those. All right. So we got an area where the bands are, this is the band staging area. And this is Divine Child. Now, I'll give them credit. They have a kick-ass marching band. Dearborn High School has a good one, too. I don't even think Fordson has one, to be honest with you. And Etzel Ford has one, but apparently they don't do events like parades. I don't know what the deal is. Here's a nice Mustang. Old school. And then the Kiwanis Club, I think they were handing out peanuts. Several of the groups were handing out candy and so forth. The police were on hand, and they did a knock-up job. They were at every intersection, just keeping things under control. And looking at rollerblade action, a lot of things on wheels. Yeah, we're in the Westbourne neighborhood. This parade's been in all three areas. When City Hall was down at Michigan Avenue and Schaefer, it did the Eastbourne thing. Then we were kind of in the Midtown for a few years, with the parade culminating at the Henry Ford Centennial Library. This is a dog-friendly event, and kid-friendly and family-friendly, the whole 9 yards. This is 108 SD model. That's a big boy. Yeah, they're handing out, I don't know if that was candy or that was peanuts, but yeah, people like that kind of stuff. Woodworth. God, back in the day we used to call it junior high, but I think they call it middle school now. It used to be back when I was, years ago, it would be 7th, 8th, and 9th grade was the junior high, but now I think it's just 7th and 8th. All right, well, there's some urban living going on there, so people are checking it out from the balcony. Here, a mixed-use development, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. That sign's been up there for quite some time. Yeah, urban planning can happen block by block by block, and there's been a lot of changes in Dearborn with some new businesses for sure. But there are other places that still need some attention and need some work. I'm showcasing some of these businesses. We're familiar with Buddy's, Detroit style pizza. All right, well, this is a clock with or pedestal with 4 clocks, but none of them have accurate time. They're all off. I don't know what you have to do in order to get somebody to change the batteries in there or put in a new hamster in there to keep the wheels turning or whatnot, but yeah. Access helps people like immigrants and the Arab neighborhoods and all number of things. I know they were involved with COVID. This is like one of the ringleaders. If you want to get gas at a reasonable price or fair market value, that place is one of the ringleaders. There's also one at Michigan Avenue in Greenfield and a few gas stations in Inkster on Michigan Avenue. So I'm keeping tabs on that. I want people to save money, and we need to patronize those places that give you your best bang for your buck. Born on date of 1919. Yeah, a lot of great groups marching in the parade, doing their thing. Everyone's proud to be American. Ain't that the truth? So this, you could pop a balloon on the top of this little cornucopia thing or whatever you call it. The Great Commodore. It's a boutique breakfast place or whatnot. Very nice. All right, here's a Dearborn Historical Museum, not to be confused with the one just down the street, but we're going eastbound on US 12. And here, yeah, the heavy artillery they got in force here. Chelly's bar was there, but it's being retrofitted. I don't know if it's going to be a hookah bar or exactly what, probably a restaurant. All right, there's Divine Child. They have a good marching band. Yeah, they do it up. Westbourne, if you're into, see the hanging baskets, that's more expensive than what I paid. But then they have another urban plan again. Nice green space, but ready for somebody to have a ribbon cutting and a shovel ceremony, you know, do that up. But yeah, I'm heading eastbound to where the Brady Street is and where the parade will end. So Les Stanford's right here, and they're proud to be American. Here, Brady Street. So they're going to make a left here and head north. There's the reviewing stand area, and it looks like the city council people. We'll see my good buddy Craig Schuler, who's the MC, and he's been the MC for this event for years. Of the parade. Yeah, they have a remembrance ceremony. One team, one mission, one Dearborn. And there's CDTV in action.
Look at the VW. Fundraisers and donations across the city. Today they'll be passing out patriotic and golden flowers to the community. And Sandusky, Ohio. The high school marching band.
That sounds like Dearborn's fight song, and they were the arch rival of Etzel Ford. And I don't know. I still hold it against them. Etzel Ford is still better than Dearborn. Let the record show that. Just me saying it, though. There was Craig calling the action. Yeah, and the remembrance ceremonies here, so there's the casket, and then they got a stage set up there, so the dignitaries and politicians. Normally, like in years past, I would check all that out because they do a knock-up job with all that. We got the chairs set up. I guess the dignitaries up front looks like they got a more advanced chair. Here, the electric Mustang. Really cool car, but I don't think you'd want to see this in your rearview mirror necessarily with the lights. But a Mach E something. I love the logo, the Mustang logo. Then I don't know if that's a fancy-dancy horn or what. But yeah, I could stand out here in the middle of Michigan Avenue. They're doing some work on Michigan Avenue, resurfacing a lane here or there. And so they moved the parade to the Westbourne area. And I'd like it in this neighborhood. I think they should almost keep it, but maybe they can move it from year to year and just have some fun with it. It worked pretty good in the Eastbourne, too. After the parade is over, like the parade just finished here now. But once the parade is over, then people can patronize the businesses out here, whether they want to grab a bite to eat at one of the many fine restaurants or whatever. Just chill. But yeah, it just turned out to be just a gorgeous day. There's a little crown in the road on Michigan Avenue, right where the Commandant's quarters. It kind of makes sense. You'd kind of want to be on the high road. But yeah, the Mint, I think they're doing okay. It's a restaurant. Well, I've shown it before, but never ate there. The Wagner House, yeah. And nothing left but the cleanup, really. So they were pretty quick running around, picking up things and clearing it so they can reopen Michigan Avenue. That's a good Arabic restaurant there. I've eaten there. District 12, now that's a newbie. I have not patronized that place yet, but that's fairly new. I like the road sign, though. That is really neat. And I like the tile floor. There's diversity here for restaurants, so if you have a different ticket for whatever your taste buds demand, you have some variety. This guy was running around town. He wants to be part of the parade in the future. Guy was great. My mom attended the parade with me, and the guy was nice enough to let my mom, I got to see, she took a picture, or he took a picture of her. It's an REO Speedwagon fire truck. So my mom got a kick out of that. She enjoyed the parade. Again, we're going to have a peace park here, one of 3 that the city of Dearborn has planned. And this was free parking up here in this parking deck or parking garage. Okay, well, that was the first part of this show. The second part of the show will be the Grand Prix Free Day. Oh, I just showcased some of my friends or my neighbors' flowers. Oh, before we get that, yeah, we had a few snow days in the neighborhood. This cottonwood tree in my neighbor's backyard, my immediate neighbor's yard, and this was first day of June. But yeah, it's like a half inch of snow had fallen here, and it was just piling up. I'm gonna have to get my shovel back out. But yeah, these things you couldn't keep your car windows open or nothing like that because you'd have these fuzzy wuzzies all over. And the front yard was no better. Here's the neighbor's front yard. Just and because we haven't had rain like in what 2 weeks, that's the only thing that really tamps down those things is when you get a good rainfall. And this is the cottonwood tree here. That's a big monster. Hope that thing never falls down because yeah, it would either take out the garage. I don't think it's might even take out part of my house if it fell back this way. But yeah, these fuzzy wuzzies got all over the yard, and yeah, piling up in front of the garage. So in a few years, I'll have cottonwood trees growing all over the place. Well, yeah, that was the trash containers for Dearborn Heights. My claim to fame is I live close to Dearborn, I guess. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the parade, but maybe we can talk to the people in Dearborn and see if they can't showcase the full parade from CDTV and get them to air that so we can see it in Dearborn Heights. Because we're kind of attached a little bit, Dearborn and Dearborn Heights. It's like big brother, little brother, or brother, sister. We're all in the same family kind of thing. Off yonder's the light standards for Comerica Park. But yeah, well, the second part of the show, I'm doing the Grand Prix Free Day, which is on a Friday, and I'll give credit for the organizers for this because if you want to attract new fans, get them a free taste of something, and if you can indoctrinate them and get them hooked, they'll come back year after year after year, and that's what you want. And I'd like to say we're the motor capital of the world, so an event like Free Day at the Grand Prix, well, geez, that's right up my alley. Oh, there was a lot of crane action going on. DTE had a crane, the Hudson's crane was going, and there was yet another one. So that's a sign of progress. We'll see. This is the crane that's, I don't know what they're doing on top of DTE, if they got heating and cooling stuff or what it is. But yeah, I'm going to take a detour again. Those are the best. The Rosa Parks Transit Center, they have a nice placard honoring her. You are here. These are great maps to show you where you are. The flowers are doing their thing. Hotel Indigo, I love the name. And then 24 Grill. I think the 24 Grill moved from the West End just across the street. This is a family-friendly event, so yeah, if you want to bring the young kids along, I'm sure they'll have a great time. This is like the United States like courthouse thing. So when there's a big court case going on in Detroit, the news crews are out here. Officially, it's, well, that was kind of quick. Theater 11 or whatever. There's a couple babes. This is like the financial district area. There was a whole bunch of banks in like a 2-block radius kind of thing. And I guess they're all interconnected by tunnels and all that. Bedrock, they have a nice little thing. And then, well, City of Detroit, parking enforcement. Oh, they never take a day off. But yeah, tickets getting written up here in front of the Penobscot building. There's 3 buildings that make up the Penobscot. These are interesting trees in front of the wall. Chrysler House, that's a gorgeous building too. Here's the main Penobscot building there, and then the Guardian building. The sun is hiding behind it, but very ornate. If you can just go inside the lobby, you get a kick out of seeing how gorgeous the lobby is in that Art Deco type style. Yeah, Detroit is known for, its good architecture. So, okay, the grandstand. And not all grandstands are available to the public on free day, but a lot of them are. And this is the first year that they came back from Belle Isle. They used to race downtown up until 1991, I think, or 92. So they took some time there in Belle Isle. But here's the lay of the land as far as the race course. There's 9 turns. It's a 1.7 mile loop. And the big race on Sunday, it will be 100 laps. So doing the math, check my math here, but I think that amounts to 170 miles. All right, they have the food trucks out here, and they got flowers, so they're practicing. No skateboarding, though. They won't allow that. This is a free viewing platform right in front of the city-county building. Grandstand 4, they wouldn't allow you. You needed a ticket for that, but they got a big scoreboard that will tell you what's happening and kind of keep you abreast of the situation, how many laps they got, and all number of things. So I'm going to take the bridge overpass. Here a garbage truck is racing a race car. I'll put my money on the garbage truck, right? All right, so it does its loop around, and yeah, they have a long straightaway along Jefferson. Then they make a right-hand turn and head down to the river. There's the river, and a nice river it is, and there's some pleasure craft out there checking out the scene. How cool would that be? The idea is you got to find a friend that has a boat and just kind of do them a favor or so, take them out to dinner, buy them a few drinks or pay for the gas. But well, here's the tunnel. Can't use your cell phone in the tunnel, but yeah, when they get down by the river, then they make a left-hand turn, and the rooftop, you probably have to pay a premium to get up there or know the owner of that parking garage. Yeah, it's kind of fun to be downtown because when the cars are buzzing around, there's a sense of excitement, like, there's that buzz in the air, The police precinct is down here, so some of the police officers were checking out the action. I think that's precinct number 1. I have memories of that place years ago. I got nailed for scalping tickets. Not really scalping, I was just asking face value. I had a couple extra tickets, and I just didn't want to eat the cost of those tickets, so I tried to sell them at face value, but oh no, some undercover cop busted me. So not only did I miss the game, but I ate those tickets and then had to go to court. But when I went to court, they didn't give me a fine, but it had to take a day off work. Oh well. Hey, they got elephant ears here, so that's good to know if you're into that kind of thing. This Hart Plaza fountain hasn't done much of anything in the last few years. Here's the drink menu. Oh yeah, let's take a look at this. I ended up with a mixed drink. It's $12, but it's cash or not. No, they don't accept cash. I got a vodka drink with Red Bull, so I guess you can mix it. I wanted to get some energy. This is the Hart Plaza, like the entertainment area, where after the racing's done on Friday and Saturday, they had a couple of concerts. So here's looking at the schedule. My mom cut this out for me, and so from the newspaper, and it gives you or tells you what's upcoming. And so then you see the two concerts. A track is at 6 and Big Boy is at 7:30. So they have a pretty big list of things to do on Friday. I guess they had 4 different classes of cars, and the Indy cars, the NTT, and then there's NXT, that's Indy Next, with the lower, just one class lower, like it's like AAA compared to the major leagues kind of thing for baseball. You can get swag here, but they made sure you only took one thing, so I had to look it over for a little bit. I ended up getting my little cup holder, beverage holder. It was warm. It was at this time it was 86, but under the shade of the trees and down by the river, you get a nice cool breeze. So this was comfortable. I was digging this. I was chilling. And then you get to watch the pleasure craft, and there's some really fast like speedboats, other ones built for more leisurely type action, like this guy. Oh yeah, I like it when the timing's right and you can catch a big freighter going by, and it's just going upstream and it's just pushing that water away like it's nothing. But yeah, we'll get a closer look as it gets up a little closer, and then look how it just plows right through that water. The tree is kind of blocking the view a little bit. This is the Wagenborg. So I don't know where that hails from, but nice building. All right, now I'm trying to look, or nice ship. I'm trying to see if this is AI operated or if there's a live human being up there. Because pretty soon it'll just be like robots controlling everything. But I think I was able, watch out for that tree. Oh, let's see if it makes it to the other side. Yep, it does. The tree was no problem, no obstacle for this boat. But yeah, let's see if we look up in the captain's quarters. Well, I was looking for people on the lower level, maybe a worker or two, but yeah. Now there, I think I see somebody moving around. So that's good to know. It's good to know, yeah. Those robots haven't taken over every job, at least not yet. I'll let the robots, like, cut the lawn, do the dishes, and the mundane things, run and do the grocery shopping and so forth, but maybe even let it drive my car down the way. But all right, the Gordie Howe International Bridge, that is that's the U.S. side. This is the Windsor side here. So the river kind of curves off to the left down there. So it'll be nice when I'm going to keep track. Don't worry about coverage on the bridge. I'm on that. There's the Delray Park that's right off Jefferson, and that's a great viewing thing. So I'm going to be checking as that bridge. Okay, Spirit of Transportation. Here's a closer look at the Indian with the canoe, because before Columbus discovered America and all that stuff, Indians were running around and doing their thing. The Native Americans, they were the true native inhabitants, the original people. We didn't treat them as such, but yeah, They're kind of brutal in that regards, but yeah, well, everybody wants reparations and so forth, but yeah, take care of the Indians first. We did kind of a little bit with the casino action. And we should give reparations to women too. Holy crap, we didn't let women start voting till 1920, was it? Or 1922? I forget. Somewhere right around there. Oh, jeez. It's good if you're you're a white male, and I fall in that, but I'm not really lily white. I'm kind of like off-white. But anyways, look at AT&T has like a global presence here, and it's Huntington Place. It's been renamed that. For a while, it was the TGF Center or whatnot. There's the eye in the sky. So yeah, they had the helicopter floating around. Here's a nice life, well, not life-size, it's larger than life tribute here to Joe Louis. The Joe Louis sculpture, and dedicated, what was it, 1987? I went through that quick. Here's the King Kong building. I could see King Kong climbing that building easy and swatting away drones or low-flying planes or balloons or weather balloons from China. Yeah, whatever. And, well, here's the Detroit Fire Department. I went last week's show to kind of check it out, but I really liked inside here. So I said I'm going to run back in there again and just chill and relax. I wanted to get a... Well, it was a very hot day, and I was walking around a lot, so you didn't really get any price benefit by buying a drink. After you left them a tip, I got it was like $14.70 for one drink. So, anyways, I got one inside here just because I was thirsty. As you would expect with the fire department, they have a whole thing about past fires and whatnot. So the big, huge book, they kept inventory of that. All right, so it won the Trans Am series. I think there's 4 different classes. So Trans Am is kind of smaller thing. It almost looks like it would be racing on the streets, basically. Well, and that's what it's doing. But it's not like an Indy car. You know, an Indy car is an Indy car, and that's not like really street legal per se. But the Trans Am cars, I'm not sure what engine they're running, but look at the nice lighting inside here. It's like a mini chandelier type thing, but I don't know how much rooms go for here, but it's a boutique hotel, and there's your cubism. If you like cubes, you would get a kick out of this. All right, well, here's a Shinola clock, and gosh darn, they have good accurate timing. I like that. Well, we're within 13 seconds or so of each other. But I always go to time.is if you go on your phone or on your laptop or whatever. Mile marker 0.4, yeah. Well, they come down a straightaway here, and then they make a left-hand turn and zip around. But that straightaway, they say they can get speeds up to, I don't know, 170 to 200 miles. I don't know officially what they got. So NTT, this is the big boy series. This is a true Indy car. Hotel Pontchartrain. You can get your official merchandise and the People Mover in action. And they have the food trucks. So, Hibachi Grill here. And you are here where the asterisk is. So, yeah, they make a loop kind of around the whole Renaissance Center thing. Welcome to Detroit. I didn't check on ticket prices. Well, some things are sold out, but yeah, they list the ticket prices there. Sunday, $84. basically a big boy race. Okay. So bring your credit card. I don't know if they accept cash there or not. It's kind of crazy. You would think cash would be accepted anywhere, everywhere, at all times, but with that COVID thing, whatnot, I don't know. It's all changed. So make sure you bring your credit card. All right, well, the unions and the labor movement, great. Ending child labor, that was a good thing. You can follow the granite road, the black granite road around here, but let's see. Equality for women, yes. Like I said earlier, we allowed them to vote just 100 years ago. Women are going to really, I think once they're going to change. This millennium is the millennium for women. Watch what they do. Shorter work time, more leisure. Who wouldn't want to ballyhoo for that? That's cool. Without struggle, there is no progress. Job insurance, health insurance. People are working during this whole operation, but it's a smooth operation. They have a lot of volunteers that help out with the Grand Prix, so that's a great thing. And then I'm sure they get some great viewing locations and some good parties. You are important, most definitely, and I had to put my little tag on the fountain here. DET.com is the website. If you miss a show or something like that and say, oh, I couldn't catch it on public access, well, you can go to that website and I'll have the latest shows that I produced on there. And then if you go to YouTube and just go to Spirit 2028, the word Spirit, no space, and then the year 2028, you'll have all my YouTube videos. Look at this thing motoring. Yeah, places to see, places to go. Man, something must be on fire or whatnot. But yeah, that's the Detroit Fire Department boat. Okay, it's slowed down. Maybe there's no fire. All right, the Gateway to Freedom. Yeah, this is way back in the day. If you wanted to escape those slaveholders, that was kind of crazy. That whole issue of slavery, that's nuts. But yeah, you'd go across the river to Canada, to Windsor. All right, so the Detroit Fire Department, they have their boat here. And they got twin outboard motors. And they look like they're pretty powerful, as we saw on display earlier. That thing can get up and go. They got a bigger boat there, too. And this one's got curly Q hoses, can all number of fancy ways to do a water spray thing. And they got one of those little things that flip around or spin around up top. I think that catches your wind speed kind of thing. So, yeah. All right, Port Detroit. So I guess this would be where our cruise ships, I'm not exactly sure if that's where they land or dock, or if there's another place where they would do their thing. Here, a company, I'm not familiar with these guys, but it looks like they make some pretty decent sized motors. What is that? 15.2 liter? Did I miss that? So GM Marines, so they're part of that operation. All right. And then you got some racing here in a mural, even a pickup truck. All number of cars racing. Ooh, looks like a food or ice cream truck is even racing these speed racers. I'd put my money on the ice cream truck. She's got a little wiggle in her giggle or in her step there, but you gotta, people watching, that's fun. And bird watching, they're pretty brave. They weren't spooked at all. But here we are, the GM Global Headquarters, and Chevrolet is on display. All right, well, this is the winner's circle, and they got some flowers out front. I just wanted to, just say if I was a winner chicken dinner kind of thing, if I was going to accept the trophy, I would walk up the steps and then I'd turn around to all the adoring fans. Here's like the pedestal area, but well, they have a track crossing, but it won't be for a little bit. Not till 2:30, I guess. I don't know, but yeah. So here I was gonna accept my trophy, and nobody's here to even see me accept the winner's trophy. Gosh darn, that's no fun. You'd like to do that in front of a bunch of adoring fans. Oh, here we go, some racing action. Yeah, it's like you can get right up close to these cars. It's almost like you can reach out and touch them. Not that you would want to do that as they're buzzing around at many miles per hour, but well, we have a spear and a spinal roll here, or spiral roll. But here was a volunteer. I talked to this lady. She was just very energetic and a lot of fun to talk to. But yeah, doing the river walk, they got some nice shade trees. They got park benches. Out yonder, you got the skidoos or sea-doos, whatever. Wave runners. I don't know. They got probably half a dozen different names for them, depending on what the manufacturer is. There's a speedboat just flying down the river. But yeah, it's warm enough now that you can get out in the outdoors. God, it was pushing 90. I don't know if it made it up to darn well close to 90. But yeah. All right, well, that must be the Canadian section. I really wish, I was trying to get across into the main finish line area and see the pit area, but there was only a certain way, I guess, to go around. I needed to get it off of access from the Jefferson and then hop another bridge and get across. And I was trying to do it, and it just wasn't working, or I didn't have access. If I had a full-fledged ticket, I probably could have gotten in, but with doing the free day thing, there was only certain ways you could get around. So I had to do a whole loop around the thing, and I never did make it to the finish line. So that will be for next year. There's Zug Island. That's like my favorite island. You know, they ballyhoo a lot of islands down, you know, in the Bahamas and in the Pacific and all that, and Mexico and all number of places. But we have Zug Island. That is a resort to beat all. All right, well, they got a water fountain, and then they have the carousel, so it looks like a youngin' there with probably her grandmother taking her for a spin. Yeah, if you're into the merry-go-rounds, you got to indoctrinate the kids. You got to start them out when they're young. And then they get a love for it, and then that just continues on for the rest of their life. And then they get their kids involved and their grandkids, and it just goes from there. So, and then you can get around with the bikes. So there's a company here, Wheelhouse, but they weren't open. Of all days, you would have thought they would have been open on a day like this, but no. Maybe later in the evening. Here's an official vehicle, a 2500 HD. June 2nd and 4th. Here's a monster high-low. You could move a lot of things with probably this big boy from point A to point B. It's a nice grill. And here's a Mac grill. I like the hood ornament here. I think it's a Bulldog. Then there's a hill up yonder, which is nice. And then, well, you have to have an ice cream truck for sure. Oh, the sweet sounds of summer. I could listen to an ice cream truck all day long. Oh, and then I think this might have been the Stone Soap building. They talked in the paper that they were going to demolish this building, and I wanted to get there before they demolished it, but it looks like they made short work of it. It looks like it's down. Now all they have to do is clear the rubble. Right adjacent to the Steve Soul Food. Yeah, that didn't take no time at all. They have those sprayers to put water down to keep all the dust and so forth. But yeah, they're racing down there. I'm going to walk all the way down yonder, but it's cool to catch each and every turn if you can. I could have spent all day over here. We'll get some vine action too. I love how the vines do their thing. This is big time vine action, covering up the emergency stairwell, and yeah, that's a heavy, thick green vine. And it even comes on the front side of the building here too. All right, here's a good turn here.
Yes, sir. I used to deliver Coca-Cola to Speedway over there. Oh, really? Yeah, in Carmel, Indiana. Right over there. Things are looking good. Nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't have a program to tell me which car is which driver or whatnot, so. But
Awesome. Dude, that flat spot's that tire a little bit.
let's see, 233. So at 150, the Indy next. Okay, this is their practice number 1. They look like the big boy cars, but like I said, it's just one level down. It's the up and coming young whippersnappers before they make it to the big leagues. Fresh local values, so Rivertown Market. Now I'm back on Jefferson, so I'm making the whole big loop around. My mom likes checking out things in Detroit, so I told her I wanted to check out the free Prix, but I said, hey, if you want to go to the casino, I says, I'll park there and you can do the casino thing, and I'll do the Grand Prix thing. So we had an agreement. I'm going to pick her up at 3. So I looked at the clock and said, man, I still got a ways to walk back. I better start hurrying. I was actually a little bit late, but I called and said, yeah, go ahead and gamble some more. And gamble she did. She said she took $200 from MGM Grand. And I go, you go, girl, or you go, mom. So she had a good day. She gambled, made money. And I didn't gamble, but I had the free Grand Prix day. So I felt like I had some like free entertainment here. So I was digging on that. So it was good all the way around. Here are the Palms. This is a nice establishment to live. They got some adornments above the palms, right above the archway or the doorway. Got some bright colored roses. Yeah, they let viewing right up to the racetrack on Jefferson. There were a lot of free places you could watch it. Oh, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching.